I want to abandon my stepson, but my husband won't let me. I think it's fine. Am I the a-hole?
It is fine because if he's a little he deserves to be abandoned.
Ooh, sorry. My husband, 39, male, and I have been married for 5 years. We have 2 children of our own, both girls aged 5 and 2, and I have a son, 10 male, from a previous marriage, but I was widowed. My husband's ex is barely involved in stepson's life at all. They got divorced when stepson was 2, and his ex wanted a fresh start, so my husband did the decent, selfless thing and had complete custody of their son, even though he'd wanted shared custody.
A fresh start. Imagine being like, yo, I know we have this kid together, but I just want a fresh start.
I got a bonus at work and I really just want to go on vacation with my family just once. We've been on family vacations all together lots of times, but just once I want to spend my money on going on vacation where I'm not looking after someone else's kid.
Bruh, when you get married, you take on that baggage.
Yeah.
That baggage is now your baggage.
I want stepson to stay with his mom while we go on vacation. My husband sees my point of view and is okay with it. I don't think I'm being unreasonable at all. My mom found out what I was planning and says I am being a complete a-hole.
Yeah, I think so.
These are the reasons that she says I could be the a-hole. 1, my mom says that if stepson's mom isn't properly involved in his life, I should be even more involved in his life to compensate. I think this is a completely unfair expectation.
I don't know. I think if you marry in, you got to kind of like marry the kids too.
Yeah, kind of part of the deal. Number 2, she also says that I'm being a hypocrite taking my son, but I think that's totally different because my son doesn't have another parent and I'm all he's got.
OP.
If stepson's mom won't take him just this once, then obviously he'll come on vacation with us. But I don't think I'm the a-hole to ask if I can have a vacation with my own family just one time.
He's part of your family.
Dude, he's part of your family. It's not like I hate my stepson or something. He's a nice kid. He's just not mine. Am I the a-hole? Well, we do have an update, Sam.
Oh my God. I'm so excited for this update being like, I guess I'm the a-hole. If that is not the update, I'm going to be very mad.
As of right now, put in the comments if you think OP is the a-hole or not. We definitely won't be going on vacation without my stepson.
Thank God.
After a couple hours of replies, I decided to show this to my husband. We sat down and had a really long talk about it. He told me he's never been comfortable with my attitude to my stepson, but didn't know how to say it to me before. I don't want to be a bad person. I just never thought of stepchildren being yours.
Real children. I never thought of stepchildren being like real life human beings that have thoughts and feelings.
I don't think it would be easy for anyone to accept this level of criticism, but all of your replies have shown me I have a lot of work to do.
I love how OP phrased that. It's like, not everyone would be as good as accepting the criticism as me, but I now know that I can and will work on this.
As many of you suggested, and so did my husband, I intend to see a therapist to help me with that. As I said, I don't hate my stepson in any way. I have never been deliberately cruel to him. I've just always thought of him as my husband's child, but I realize my mindset needs to change. So I'm going to start working on that. I want my family to be the best it can be, and I need to accept that that includes my stepson. I understand that now, and I'm going to start seeing a therapist to become a better person. We've also talked about maybe having family therapy too. I've also made up with my mom, and she is 100% behind the changes I want to make in my life. It wasn't easy to hear everything you said, but I understand that I needed to hear it.
Damn straight. Well, I guess that's one less evil stepmother.
That's right. You know, one less apple to poison the stepchildren of the world.
That is what this show is about.
That's
just
right.
like eliminating evil stepmothers across the world. Do you have a bad relationship with your stepmom or dad or sibling? Put it in the comments below.
Well, let me see it.
My sister demands a child-free wedding, so I'm going to boycott it because I'm with the children.
You know, I stand with the children.
You know, I was once a child myself.
Really?
Yep. Still am. For some background, I am the youngest of 4 girls. My 2 older sisters, 32, 30, both have kids. My third sister, 27, doesn't and is getting married at the end of the month. I, 23, also don't have children, but my partner and I hope to have some in the future. Older sister lives overseas with her husband and so is mostly irrelevant in this situation.
Get out of my face.
Her and sister 3 don't speak. Dang. Imagine being the irrelevant sister.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Why are you still in the picture.
We literally don't care about you. That's why we wanted you to move across the sea. Anyway, sister to 3 is having a child-free wedding. She is like aggressively child-free. We don't really get along. So basically, our parents are old farts, lol, I love them, and can no longer drive. I can't drive either, but my husband can, as can my older sister. She's a single mom, though, and had no one to watch her kids. I wonder if anyone can see where this is going. My husband and soon-to-be brother-in-law hate each other. There's a lot of hate going on in this family already.
Yeah, really. This is not good.
They grew up together, and there's just a lot of hard feelings there. So my husband wasn't going to the wedding. I was going to have him drop me off. Wow.
Dang.
What happened?
There's so much beef in this family.
This is like a D-grade porn movie because, man, is there some salami entering the picture.
Did you order the extra large?
In the end, last weekend, after months of anxiety, I said I would stay with the kids so my parents and sister could go. She will drive them and attend in my place. Once we decided, my husband gave the okay to work on the day of the wedding. My sister fucking lost her mind. Then decided she would have someone else drive our parents and asked me to come. I told her, no, my older sister wants to go. I'd rather her there anyway, as if one of our parents falls or something, she knows what to do. It also sounds like OP just doesn't want to go to this wedding either.
No.
This is just an excuse.
Great excuse, actually.
No. Sister lost it and said I was being selfish. And this is where I may have been the asshole. I then told her I didn't see the point in going to an event half the family would be missing from referencing the kids. I guess the child freeness of the wedding. She said it shouldn't matter to me because I don't have kids. I then said they were in better company than her and point blank refused to attend her wedding. Okay, so like not being able to is just an excuse. Like OP legitimately doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
Even if the kids have a babysitter, which sister is now offering to pay for, I wouldn't go.
Oh,
she's so upset. I feel a little bad, but not much. My older sister says I'm in the right. Second sister says she feels really bad. Our parents aren't really acknowledging the situation. I think they just want to see their daughter get married. So am I the a-hole? What do you think, John? Also, what do you think about a child-free wedding?
I understand it, but I don't know if I would do that or like.
What if you wanted to have like a nudist wedding?
Rock out with your out. That's what I say.
Like, I don't think I would personally do it, but I could see wanting to have a child-free wedding.
I understand where it comes from.
Like, what if you're like, you want to do like a rave, you want to just do a bunch of drugs with your friends.
Yeah.
Or you want to go backpacking in the forest with a couple pals, and that's your wedding.
There it is.
I could see not wanting kids to be there. I think OP's a little bit of the a-hole for going that far.
It's kind of like she's virtue signaling almost in a way of like, no, I want the kids there. It's like, no, you just don't want to be there.
Yeah, it seems like there's something deeper against the sister. But let's go into the updates. This show was sponsored by your sweet, sexy ass.
If you support our Patreon, you'll get one long, hard, extra bonus episode every week.
I'm talking 3 juicy stories right into those ear holes.
You'll get ad-free episodes. I'm talking all of those ads completely off. All natural.
Not to mention, we'll do it together, live, in front of a camera. With Assholes Anonymous, you'll get a chance to talk to us directly and maybe be featured on the YouTube channel.
Wait, but not like that. Like, the fans get to share their stories with us and other fans, and we get to talk about it, right?
And then we'll moon each other at the end.
Oh, God.
So if you want all that axe ass, support your boys at patreon.com/OKOP show.
That's patreon.com/OKOP show.
So apparently, the vote for this story was everyone's the asshole. Everyone who was asking about the drama between my husband and brother-in-law. Here you go. I had to get permission from the sister-in-law before I could share. So my sister-in-law, husband's sister, and soon-to-be brother-in-law, sister's almost husband, dated in high school. He got her pregnant and dipped. He tried to force an abortion on her and accused her of cheating, the whole shebang. When she had the baby, she had a DNA test done and sued him for child support. The entire time, he was slating her name, making her feel horrible, tried to force her to put her son up for adoption. When the son was 5 months old, he passed away due to an undetected medical issue. She was suffering and hospitalized. Brother-in-law made a post about being free from the shackles of his bank-draining baby mama and went on a partying streak to celebrate. Insists that she's a bad mom even now and has never once visited his son's grave and even skipped his funeral. Didn't tell his own family members that he'd passed away, and they also missed his funeral. My husband effing hates him. He ended up having to work overtime to help pay for the funeral as a 15-year-old because brother-in-law refused to step up. He doesn't even acknowledge his son. My sister-in-law is still recovering, no thanks to him, but has welcomed a baby girl in the past year, and she is an amazing mom. The term bad blood is an understatement. That is a crazy offshoot of the story. Holy shit.
So wait, so it was basically OP's
sister-in-law and the soon-to-be brother-in-law dated in high school.
Right. So the two of her siblings-in-laws used to date, and one who's about to be, and she absolutely hates him.
So her husband's sister, yeah.
Right. Which is kind of like, is OP not warning
her husband's sister and her sister's almost husband?
Right. So wouldn't she be warning her sister, like, hey, don't be with this guy? I don't know. Maybe she already has.
Yeah, maybe he probably already knows.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why they're so anti-kid. Like maybe the sister is like, kids, I'm glad that you didn't go to this little shit's funeral.
God. I mean, if that, they kind of do sound like they're made for each other a little bit. Like,
which maybe is why OP is like definitely doesn't want to go to the wedding, because it seems like her sister, if her sister wants to marry this dude, does that say something about her own values?
I kind of feel like it does.
I think it does too. This makes me think that OP is not an a-hole for not going to the wedding.
So really the only thing here is like she was pointing at like the fact that, oh, there's no children allowed, when in reality she probably just doesn't want to go and like doesn't want to be around them, right?
Yes.
So maybe she's not being like fully honest per se, but like at the end of the day, I feel like if, you know, I mean, the sister sounds like not fun to be around and not someone that you want to like spend time with, but also maybe she, like the sister herself, hasn't done anything as heinous. So
guilt by association.
Yeah, this relationship seems to be in this weird limbo phase of like being siblings together or not.
Yeah, it's very complicated. It's very, very complicated. Is anyone child free in the audience? But like not like child free is like, oh, I don't have kids, but like child free is in like, I don't have kids and I never want kids.
Yeah,
I would love to know in the comments what you think, because I want kids.
Please do. Me too.
Yeah, Don wants kids.
We just want a little, that's our next round of podcast hosts, you know?
Yeah.
Keep it in the family.
Keep it in the family. We're going to train them well.
John and Sam
They're
Jr.
not going to go to school. They're just going to become podcast hosts.
Yeah.
It's going to be their whole livelihood.
Am I the a-hole for stealing my daddy's podcast?
Wow. Good job, son. Good job. All right. Let's get into the next one.
I kicked my brother-in-law and his family to the streets. Their kids are dirty and I don't want them. Am I the a-hole?
Yeah, they belong in the streets where the dirt is.
That's right. You know, back to nature. You know what I mean?
Get to the fucking forest.
That's right. So my husband's brother, 35 male, and his wife, 26 female, have 2 boys, 4 and 3. They moved in with me and my husband, both 30, last month because they got evicted. Sorry to hear that. I never wanted them here in the first place due to past issues, but after speaking with my husband, we decided for the sake of the young children to give them a place to stay. Before they moved in, we set some ground rules, such as my brother-in-law must be actively job searching and they must respect, capital RESPECT,
my authority,
our space, and clean up after themselves. Unfortunately, in the past month, they have begun to slowly destroy my home and my space without giving 2 shits. First of all, my sister-in-law is an extremely picky eater, so their family doesn't eat with us. Fine.
Red flag.
Red flag. But they never ever clean up after themselves, constantly leaving dirty dishes, pans, crumbs, food stains, all that garbage. When I tell them to clean up after themselves, they begrudgingly do it, but it's never a job well done. Last week, one of the boys peed on my very expensive couch.
Peed on? How old are these boys?
3 and 4. He's 18, just like, yeah, freaking peed on his couch, yeah.
Came home drunk, from the boys.
Take this, auntie.
It was so white, it looked like a urinal, I swear.
I couldn't even tell.
Yeah.
What if that is the 3-year-old? It's like, yeah, I just got wasted off some juicy with the boys. Where's Palace?
Oh, God, dude, that sucks.
Which I only found out about after smelling piss when I was watching TV. Sister-in-law is a stay-at-home mom, but she's more like a stay in her room doing God knows what while her 2 children run rampant around my house. In the last 3 weeks, her boys have 1, colored on their bedroom walls, 2, trashed the living room with their toys, and 3, knocked over half of my plant collection. Their whole family has turned my house into an effing zoo while contributing nothing. I have not been able to comfortably live in my own space for the past few weeks. My husband could sense my frustration, so he told me he'd have a talk with them and hire a maid to clean the house. And things got a little better.
I would hope so.
Until.
Oh, no. Thanks, John. Thanks for the until.
You're welcome. Yesterday, I get home from work early and the family is gone. Good, I think. Peace and quiet for a few hours. I decided to take a nap in my bedroom, only to find that my precious vase that my mother handmade for me was shattered on the ground.
No.
This is tough. I lost my mom when I was a teen.
No.
And it is one of the last handmade items that I have from her.
That is tragic.
You would think if someone gave me their house to live in, I would be cleaning on my absolute best behavior.
Let John stay in your house. Everything will be fixed. It'll smell like peaches and roses when John's done with it.
I will crawl into your room at 3 a.m. and whisper Reddit stories into your ear.
That's what you want.
Oh God. I immediately knew it was the boys because there were toys inside my room and their tablet was on my bed. I was so angry. I ended up calling my husband, explaining the situation, and told them that they would not stay another day in our house, no questions asked. Then I went around the house picking up their dirty clothes, toys, papers, and threw them outside onto our lawn. When they came back, there was a huge confrontation between me and them. I listed all of the disrespectful things that they've done, and that because they'd met none of the conditions outlined when they first moved in, I wanted them off my property by midnight. I called their kids untrained dogs. All right, Opie's going in just...
We're taking a little far.
They screamed back, calling me heartless, cruel, and evil, saying that I'd make them homeless. Well, they did end up leaving after I threatened to call the cops. Husband is fully on my side, but I can tell that he feels a little bad. Mother-in-law called me upset, asking me to take them back in after I quote unquote forced them to sleep in their car last night. Am I the a-hole? Ooh, boy, this is a tough one.
Okay. I mean, they're obviously not respecting the house, and they've had multiple warnings.
Yes.
So I think it's not unreasonable to kick them out. Would I call their children untrained dogs?
No, that's too much.
That's a little far. But kicking them out, they're also 3 and 4. But it sounds like the mom is not doing anything to help. It sounds like the kids are untrained.
Well, untrained children.
I can't blame OP for being a little emotional. That connection to the mom was shattered.
Yeah.
So I don't think OP is the asshole.
I definitely give her much more of a pass, but the untrained dogs thing is kind of to re-say it in a way that's actually useful. It's you literally do not parent your children. You're not there. You're locked in the room. That would at least let her know
you're doing something wrong and this is what you can do to fix it. Untrained dogs is just an insult.
Yeah.
So maybe cool it on the untrained dogs.
Maybe.
But what would you do in this situation? Also, have you ever had any house guests that have overstayed their welcome?
I feel like there's some pretty crazy house guest stories that we got.
We want to hear them. So put them in the comments below. And just remember, you can stay in the house of the OKOP fam anytime you want. Put a little tent in the comments. Maybe we'll, put a blow up mattress in there.
Yeah.
Stay there for a while. Talk to each other. Talk to us.
Because
we love you so very much.
We really do.
We love you. So very much.
So very much.
So very much. So very much.
See you next time.